welcome to another episode of Greedy About Books. I have so much to tell you, but I have already gone and committed myself earlier saying that these are going to be short videos. So now I have to condense everything. So let me get on to the book recommendation of the week. And this is a really good book. That's what I say every time, but there are so many good books and this one is one of them. It's called Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. And this is her debut novel. A lot of my friends had recommended it to me and I was slightly skeptical because so many people liked it. So I'm like, no, so maybe I won't like it. But I loved it. This is the story of Elizabeth Zott, who wants to be a scientist, and the story is set in the 60s. So Elizabeth is in one of the most misogynistic of workspaces, which is a university, especially a research institute. And in this story, it is the Hastings Research Institute, where she has to face so much of discrimination just because she's a woman. She has to face unwanted advances from her boss. And the same person appropriates her work and passes it off as his own. And she's never taken seriously because she's a woman. And then Elizabeth meets Calvin Evans, who is the golden boy of the university. He is doing cutting edge research and he gets everything that he wants. And these two people meet and their relationship is a small part of the book, but it's very beautiful. And then we move on and we find that Elizabeth is a single mother with a small daughter called Madeline, one of the most endearing children I've found in books. And there's one more protagonist who is a dog and his name is 630. So Elizabeth finds herself hosting a cooking show, which she does not like at all because of the requirements of the show. And she's a nightmare for the producers because she does exactly what she wants. She does not talk down to her viewers, most of whom are women. She does not dress up to be attractive. She wears a lab coat. And so the cooking show is also a small part of the entire story. It is actually Elizabeth's story. It is Madeline's story. And it's the story of 630. So all these characters come together to form a bond, and you will love reading about them. So go read Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. So while I was preparing to talk about this book for this episode, I also thought about other books which had food and kitchens in them, as main elements of them. So then I thought, why not talk about a couple of books which have the name kitchen, which have the word kitchen in the title. But these books need not necessarily be about cooking. However, they're all about women. So let me start off. So I'm going to talk to you, or I'm going to tell you about a couple of books which have the word kitchen in the title. So let me start off with the book The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. And this book is set in World War II times in England, where there is very strict rationing of everything, of food, essentials, ingredients, everything. So during the time, the BBC has a radio show called The Kitchen Front, which is hosted by a man, and it is about cooking with the ingredients that are available. So later they decide to make it more interesting by having a woman as a host, and so for that they hold a cooking competition. And there are 4 of our protagonists who are taking part in this competition. One of them is a war widow with 3 children. The second person is her sister, who is a socialite and a snob. The third person is a female chef who is trying to break into the big league, which is dominated by men. And the fourth is an orphan kitchen maid. So these 4 people decide to enter the cooking show for various reasons. And initially we are very clear on whom we want to succeed. But as the layers are taken away and as more of the story is revealed, we find that we don't know whom to root for, because each of them have their own very valid reasons. So that is The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. So if you're interested in a little bit of history, in a little bit of women bonding together, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of feel good, then go and read this book, which is The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. And now I come to another part of the world, which is India, Tamil Nadu. and the book is called A Kitchen in the Corner of the House. It is written by Ambai, which is the pseudonym of the feminist writer Dr. C.S. Lakshmi. This book has 20 stories in it, and it all has women in typical Tamil households across economic strata, across caste, across religion, who are dealing with more or less the same issues. So you have women who are trying to find their identities which have been prescribed by men and passed down over generations. You have women who are submissive and are within the system and are a part of the system. You have women who are very ambitious, who are trying to break out. Different kind of women who are trying to do different things in life, who want different things in life, but who have to fight against the very same things. I was reading excerpts of the book and it is fascinating. If you are interested in reading about women who are trying to break out and trying to find themselves, go read this book, A Kitchen in the Corner of the House by Ambai or Dr. C.S. Lakshmi. Okay, now let's move on to the other hemisphere. I hope I'm saying it right because I just thought I'd just toss in the word hemisphere because it sounded good, okay? It's just that the story is set in America. The book is called The Kitchen God's Wife by Amy Tan. It is about a Chinese American woman, and it's set in the 90s in California, and also takes you to China during World War II, during those times. And Winnie is our main protagonist. She's the mother and she has been keeping a secret from her daughter. And due to circumstances, she has to reveal it. She finds that she has to talk about it to her daughter, whose name is Pearl. And Pearl, on the other hand, also is keeping something from her mother. When Winnie tells a story to Pearl, we are taken into a very, very different kind of life of women. So this is a deeply moving story of two women, a mother and a daughter, and how they are understanding each other. So that is The Kitchen God's Wife by Amy Tan. And now we come to Kitchen. That is the name of the book, written by Banana Yoshimoto. She is a contemporary Japanese writer, and it is the pseudonym for Masako Yoshimoto. Yes, I have written it here, otherwise I will get it wrong. I get Japanese names wrong, I don't know why. So, Kitchen is the story of Mikage Sakurai, who is a 20-something young woman in Japan, and she has lost her parents long back, and she was living with her grandmother who passed away recently. So, Mikage is dealing with loss, and she is sinking into it, and she does not find interest in her life in the university. And it is then that her friend and classmate comes forward and invites her to his house to live with him and his mother, Eriko. And Eriko is a transgender and she runs her own club. So we have Mikage, who is moving into a family setup that is very different from her own. And Mikage starts exploring her passion for cooking, and through that she bonds with the two other people in that house. It's a very, very contemporary urban novel, and it deals with grief and it deals with loss. And her style of writing, Banana Yoshimoto, her style of writing is very minimal and very exquisite. Those were the books for today. I really enjoyed talking about all these books to you. I hope you guys get to read at least one of them or all of them. And if you can, and if you like it, write to me and I'd love to hear about it. So till we meet again next time, take care, take very good care of yourselves, and we'll meet again. Bye-bye.